Before I entered the field of trauma therapy, I served for over a decade as both a firefighter, paramedic, and a police officer. An injury sustained during that time ended my career, and it left me in perhaps one of the darkest periods in my life. Eventually, I received a diagnosis of complex PTSD, and I became the patient sitting in the therapist chair. And that's when I was introduced to EMDR. And that EMDR journey, it changed my life. EMDR didn't remove the events from my past, but it allowed me and my nervous system to process those events so those traumatic memories were no longer controlling my life. That experience has greatly influenced how I now view trauma, and ultimately, it's molded me into the therapist that I am today. When I made the decision to pursue a career as a psychotherapist, I immediately knew that I wanted to make EMDR the foundational element of my clinical practice. During graduate school, I, like many, was trained in standard evidence-based approaches to treating mental health disorders. And giving credit where due, each approach has its own merits. However, every time I considered which methods to use as a therapist, my mind kept returning to what I had previously experienced as a patient using EMDR. I understood intellectually what it meant to comprehend trauma, but I continued to carry it emotionally. My brain knew that the trauma was no longer happening, but my body was still keeping the score. I recalled my EMDR journey and experiencing at last that ability to process those traumatic memories and finally having my mind and body play nice together in the sandbox. It was at that time I made the conscious decision to mold my career as a trauma therapist and utilize EMDR therapy as my primary modality. Today, I have the honor of assisting first responders, military personnel, veterans, and all kinds of individuals suffering from all kinds of trauma to experience similar benefits. I've witnessed numerous patients who initially believed they would never feel like themselves again establish meaningful connections with family members and friends, return to employment, sleep throughout the night, and begin living instead of merely existing. These personal and professional experiences are why I became an EMDRIA Approved Trainer and Consultant. This is why I continue to work with my patients and continue to train clinicians in EMDR today. Not because it represents another certification and not because it's another method, because I firmly believe that clinicians should have access to a treatment model which enables patients to progress beyond intellectualizing their traumatic experiences where mere comprehension is insufficient. In my basic EMDR training course, you will learn more than just the simple 8-phase EMDR protocol. You will learn a different way of conceptualizing trauma, memories, the nervous system, and recovery. This course has been designed with respect for your personal values by providing an environment that's trauma-informed, person-centered, and highly interactive. Because I believe confidence comes from having opportunities to engage in practice, discussions, and consultations versus simply passive listening to lectures. My name is Derek Martin, and I hope you will join me in my upcoming training. Click on the link below for more information, and I hope to see you there.